Right now on the phone with me, I have Jon Jon Harreld, member of the R&B group Troop. Jon Jon, welcome to the Time Machine, man.
Hey, thanks, bro.
How you doing, man? How you doing today, Jon Jon?
Oh, doing all right, man. You know, this California traffic.
Yeah.
Same old, regular old California traffic. You know, that's how we do.
Yeah, on I-5, right?
Even on a Saturday.
Oh boy. Well, that's how it is. That's how we do it on the left coast. But this is a big treat for me right here because, you know, I interviewed Alan and Steve and, of course, Chuckii Booker. So to have you on the show, man, this is a real treat.
Oh, this is cool, man. That's great. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, it's no problem. Now, let's go ahead and let's go to the beginning. Now, how did you get in Troop?
Oh, wow. How I got into it. It's neat. Pretty much, I had a class with Rodney. Him and his mother, they formed a group. I had a metal shop class with Rodney. And he was telling me about how, you know, Steve had tried out for the group and everything. And at first, earlier that day, Steve was telling me about hooking up with Rodney. He was asking me, he said, don't you have a class with him? I said, yeah. So we was in high school, you know, Pasadena High School at the time. And so Steve was telling me to go ahead and get with Rodney and talk to him about, you know, joining the group, you know, and see what we can work out. I was like, all right, cool. So I got with Rodney, and I followed him all the way home the same day. And I tried out for his mom. I sang for his mom. And at the time, I was like the sixth member at that time. They always had at least like 6 people, so just in case if somebody got sick, somebody could always just, you know, we always had a 5th member, so somebody could always, you know, could always step in. And so at the time, I was just a 6th member. My job back then for the group, I was helping out them with their harmonies and keeping everybody on, you know, on their notes and all that stuff. So that's actually, you know, basically how I got in. And the last guy, what happened was, kind of got fearful of the talent that I had. So he just snuck away. He stopped coming to rehearsal and everything. And so Rodney's mom was just like, okay, baby, you in the group now. Basically, that's what happened. That's how I got in.
All right. So what was it like getting prepared those early years before you guys were on putting on the hits and before you got your deal with Atlantic?
Well, you know, like I said in the beginning, Rodney and his mother, they put the group together, and it was Rodney and Reggie, and then they had 3 other members. So Alan, myself, and Steve, we went on put on the hit. It was Rodney B, it was Reggie, and with 3 other members that they had, you know, from the city. We all grew up together. It was the 5 of them, and back then the group was called Rodney B and his group. So they were the ones that went on to put on the hits. And what happened after that? A producer had called and wanted to know if the group can really sing because he liked the dancing. It was always about the dancing. That's what he liked. So he wanted to know if the guys could really sing. And so they added, at that time, they added me, and they added Steve, and then there was the 6th person back then was another cat, his name was Shane. Shane was like the 6th person. This was before we had, you know, that Steve had met Alan. So we ran into, you know, this other guy, Shane. He stepped in. He was a part of it, and at the time, it was Rodney, Reggie, myself, Steve, and Shane. And, wow, this story is real deep, man, because it was... Anybody from this city could have made it to be in this group because, first of all, you know, this was basically, it was God-given, you know, from the beginning. Rodney's mom had a dream of her son being on stage with 4 of his friends, and basically the rest is history. And how we got started to get with Atlantic Records is when Greg Perret had stepped in, which is a producer from the Jacksons way back in the day. He was a guitar player, great guitar player. He discovered the group, actually. He saw the guys. He loved the guys. Got in contact with Rodney's mother. We auditioned for him. He put us in the studio. We recorded a couple of songs. That went pretty good. We did a track way back in the day with I know you were familiar with the guy Michael Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, old school R&B legend. He did some songs for us. We recorded songs with him, and we just shopped. We just shopped to a lot of different labels.